But no matter where you go, you got to know where you're at. And I never will forget the reasons why I rap. I said no matter where you go, you got to know where you're at. I never will forget the reasons why I rap. You wanna grab my mic, live my life, come to these dark corners and steal my life. This is our culture, death to all vultures. You wanna rep this hood like it's all good.
What's going on, y'all? I'm here with Proper English all the way from Lafayette, Louisiana to New York City, Brooklyn, New York City. We're at Maria Hernandez Park right now, and we're going to talk about this project that's going down, Culture Vultures. It's a new thing Sean's doing, or Proper English, excuse me, my dude.
You call me Sean, man. We go back like...
That's my man. I've known him forever, man.
Forever.
So excited to be
Every
here,
nine for life.
For life, baby. So, you know, first of all, man, before we get into this whole thing, I want to ask you about this chain, man. What's going on with this chain real quick, man?
Yeah, I'm sure you're not the only person, man. I don't bust it wide open too often.
I never seen you with it,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Man, actually, I got picked this piece up in Baton Rouge. It's
Okay.
Dr. Seuss based, gold plated antique piece. Has a Trouble Number 1. So I can see that. Trouble Number 2 on there. You know, I'm a big fan of Dr. Seuss, and I'm definitely, you know, I got a Trouble Number 1, and I follow up with my own little twin, Trouble Number 2, from time to time. Always at war. And I just put my own little spin on it with the antique skeleton key. I found this key in a house I lived in for a while in New Orleans, right outside of Treme on St. Phillips in North Pier. I think the key had been there, I don't know how long. The house was built in the early 1800s. It was a house built for like free people of color. So there's always had a spot with me, man. I think it represents a line of freedom. Freedom for our people, freedom for our culture. Yeah, so that's what this is about. You know, I'm not really too flashy about things like that.
Well, we unlocking keys right now, especially with this new project you got going on, man. It's Culture Vultures. You know, I like the name of it. What's the premise of the video, and how are you relating this? You know, what does that mean for the art today? And what are you trying to represent with this?
Well, yeah. The project's called Culture Vultures. It's a track I produced. Short cultvults, hashtag cultvults. You know, really, man, like the basis of it is what's going on right here behind us, man. We got skateboarding going on. I wish we had brought our boards. We've been skating all day. People all milling around. This is what they do on an average basis, man. Like, you know, right now it's a takeover where these things of being simple things of life and joys of life and creative arts and interactions with each other are being branded, you know, by major corporations. And,
no doubt.
You know, they're taking what we create, they're investing money on it, and then on the flip, they're taking that money to dictate how it's supposed to be when they really didn't know in the first place, man. So, you know, they're just straight vultures on the culture that we create, the lifestyle that goes along with it, something that truly can be authenticated. But they're catching them at such a young age, they really believe what they're putting out. And in turn, you know, it changes things.
It's tragic.
Change is good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, you know, the platform in which they're doing it, man, is really overtaking and having a really negative effect on what we fight for, you know.
No doubt, man. No doubt. That's very that's hella tragic, man. I see that shit all the time, and I'm kind of glad you dropped this, because it's like things that I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people listening to this feel the same way too. People taking over these brands and putting something that you love and you appreciate in a different spectrum and trying to repackage it and sell it to you, and you just got to take it because they got the masses doing it now. So it's pretty cool that somebody's out there like yourself making a whole track and a project, letting people know that, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. We just got to keep this shit real and just move forward like we've been doing before all this other shit, you know, got mixed into it, man. So shout out to you for doing that, man. That's
man, they will take this shit, like, you know, it's nothing really new in the music industry, but it's definitely something to take a stand on. It take what you create and then tell you how it's supposed to be sounding. Now, on a business aspect of music, that happens, and you should be open to people who have experienced professionals that do this and have been doing it, especially if you're trying to learn and educate yourself on how to progress yourself in your art, no matter whether it be visual arts, musical arts, writing, or anything like that. But there comes a point to where they're literally like regurgitating your life. Your life now is a brand. It's sellable. You can be your own person walking around, and if you become popular enough, they will take your life and then regurgitate it to the public but dictate how it should be.
And
the improvements.
People buying into the shit like it's normal, man. Like it's like
into it.
Second nature for people to buy into it instead of being this first nature, being organic with the shit. And yeah,
man. I had a kid tell me the other day, he spit a verse to me, he rapped his verse to me, and he said, I said, why you got so many guns and everything in your verse, man? Every line was, you know, I got my glizzy and this and that. And He said, well, I just want to give the people what they want to hear. And man, that really hurt to the soul. It really hurt to the soul, man, because he truly believes like that the formula to creating good hip hop is just giving the people what they want to hear in the form of what he is hearing on the radio. And if the majority of songs he hears on the radio are violent and involve guns and killing and dope, then that's what he should be writing. You know, no self-thought, no real value going in on that.
You think that's the way people do that, or like the new kids coming up, because it's the easiest way to get on, or you feel like they're trapped, they can't even like fathom or comprehend doing their own shit, doing something outside that spectrum because they know that that's what's hot automatically, so they're just gonna get into that? Or what's the deal with that? New rappers coming up with all this shit.
A lot of them. I think a lot are. You know, I mean, we're always gonna have the old man hip hop artists, MCs that's gonna you know, resist change and influx and progression in music. But I definitely think that it's at an all-time high as far as people, as far as new artists coming out that feel that, you know, the key to success literally is like creating this violent aspect, the self-destructive and devalued aspect to their lives and onto another person's life. You know, I mean, there was even like a certain level of creativity involved in, like, you know, gangster rap at some point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And now, you know, like there literally there's no chaos in their lives, but they're creating it in their lives anyway in order to create the music.
That's what's up. It's dope that you bring an awareness to that shit, man. Because I mean, a lot of people might not know about it. I don't know how you couldn't know about it right now. But then it's not the thing that people might not know about it, but they might not be realizing what they doing. They just doing this shit automatically.
Oh,
so
man.
What's a good way to get up? If you do see somebody doing that, or somebody that's conscious trying to get up out of that space, what's a good way to start that, you know, step towards not doing that shit? If you find yourself getting into the rap game.
I think that's a good question, man. I believe the answer to that is a true dialogue. You know, ask if somebody actually doing it, or you feel like their art or something like that could use some more substance to it. Or I think you should ask them why, because I think there's a lot of suffering behind that aspect. I think there's a lot of voids that people are trying to fill and they don't know where to get it from. So impulsively they go to what's being fed to them. You know, if they had another meal on the table to possibly eat from, they might have a chance to see if that tastes a little bit better. You know, if you look full, they might think this shit really works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what you've been eating. Why you look like that? You want to know what you eat, man. And it goes
feeding people out of bullshit too. Yeah. I guess you put in that same perspective then.
I mean, you know, for me, like that's one of the reasons why. That's why we're in New York right now doing this. You know, I know when I let my pride and ego get in the way, man. This is the birthplace of hip hop, and I felt it was really important for this project to come here, and really be in a place where the origin is and show the parallels of that to where we are now. You know, and that's what's missing a lot. A lot's missing is respect. To artists before us, to artists.
Yeah, knowledge of history is really slid off, man. A lot of people don't know a lot of things that got this to the forefront, got the foundation, laid the foundation for what it is now. And then all the new shit they're building is kind of making it crumble. Mm-hmm. But you know, luckily, you know, you dropping this project right now, people will hear this shit, especially new, like real shit. A lot of like newer rappers and people just getting to the game or just finding out I can flow a little bit, you know. They might automatically thinking they going one way, but you know, when you hear a different perspective of somebody with a different mindset, dropping some knowledge like you're not doing with this video, traveling all the way from Lafayette, Louisiana to New York to get these trips, get these you know, these clips and do this project. It's gonna be really exciting, man. I'm looking forward to this shit.
I appreciate that, man. I think the thing is like, this is shit that we do when the cameras is off. You know, this is what we do when the camera's not rolling. When we're not sitting here to interviewing, man, like this is a life. This is something that can't be authenticated. I mean, it can't be replicated. You know, only authenticated by your life. You know, that's really important to know, definitely. And it's a very touchy subject. But the other half of this Culture Vultures project is about skateboarding too. And I'm telling you now, some of this shit going on in skating is on that same level, man.
Yeah.
They creating these skateboard monsters, bro. Like, straight up. Big box skateboard store monsters, man. You know, it was cool. We was getting a push from the big box stores and the companies like that and all. But now, man, now they recreating, I don't know what factory they got, Nike factory. But but man, it's losing the taste and the lifestyle is that as well, you know.
Yeah, I seen that coming from like a while back. Damn, I feel like an old motherfucker saying that, but like a while back means what? Shit, maybe like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So when I started skating for the first 5, you can start seeing it change like around 2003. Cause I've been skateboarding since like 98, so around like 2004 or 5ish, you can start seeing like the trends kind of change. But some of it's been good, some of it's been horrendous. But you know, it's going more towards the horrendous side. And but it's not just with skateboarding, it's with everything, man. But the 2 main things you're touching on is skateboarding and hip hop, which kind of like the foundations of each other.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
so
That's nothing new. It's not, you know, before a lot of rappers came out with it, skateboarding and hip hop was not, it wasn't really separate.
yeah.
It just wasn't.
You don't want
It wasn't marketable yet.
Yeah,
necessarily.
that's exactly, yeah, the marketability.
It just wasn't marketable yet.
That's
I mean,
it.
shout out to Ruckus, shout out to Humidity for sure. All the homies at Ruckus Lafayette that I've been going to, man. Gavin, Austin, Laces, they hit me up with some stickers right before I left to come up here.
No doubt.
Phil, Humidity, Todd, everybody in New Orleans, Parasite crew. You know,
The whole Louisiana in general,
man. Reno, Urban 9 for life.
for sure that.
But you know, on that skateboarding thing, man, like I know because of the COVID and all that, but at one point kids have to realize, man, that a skateboard shop is not your phone. You know?
Yeah.
A skate shop is not your phone. And a skate shop usually is not in the mall. It usually,
nah, never.
I'm not gonna say the names of some shops, man, but you know, I mean, blessing for them having it available. But
I remember that one day they used to have this one shop in the mall. That shit went down.
they're doing
real
the
quick.
same shit, man. They're feeding them what they want to, just like in all this music.
remember
They got
that. Remember that
completes
place.
already together, man. The kid don't have to pick out the trucks, bearings, wheels, none of that shit, right? Good to
Yeah,
go. They
that's
don't even
real.
have to pick a size. They don't.
As a matter of fact, since we're talking about this, man, tell them what you saw when you walked into my building for the first night. We got off the plane, we went to my house, walked in the door.
Man, I wish I had my phone. I wish I had some. Man, it was somebody had left a note on somebody's door. Someone got a skateboard delivered to their door. Man, this is in Brooklyn, New York. Got they had someone else that put a sign on the package of the skateboard that said "Buy your shit from a real skate shop." That, my friend, is skateboarding right there. That shit right there, that grimy aspect of keeping it real, it comes from within, man. It comes from within. We have the power of that shit, man.
Yeah, man. There's no better way to wrap this up right there, man. You heard it here. Project is coming out soon. We filming it right now, so y'all stay tuned for that, man. It's called Culture Vultures. # cultvults.
# cultvults. CULTVULTS. Instagram proper _ English 76. Proper English 76. Shout out to my boy Randy Gross for the T right here out in Lafayette. Man, I'm really looking forward to finish the project. Visuals will be out soon towards the summer. The song will be dropping in June.
Hell yeah, man.
Definitely, man.
Fuck
Let's go
with
ahead,
it,
man.
man.
I'm
Appreciate
looking
it,
forward to
man.
doing some more shit tonight. We going skating tomorrow though. We hit LES up today doing some shoots, but we gonna do some real skating
They
tomorrow.
got they got a whole bunch of parks. They got one in Canarsie. They got these shits everywhere, but Canarsie is a dope ass park, man. Like every park you're gonna go to out here is gonna have a different vibe. So what we see in the LES today, I mean that's like the Lower Manhattan. Those are the Manhattan guys and shit. So they are how they are. It gets a little wild over there and shit.
Yeah.
You know how New York and Manhattan is. Nothing against you guys, but you know y'all a little bit rambunctious sometimes. You know, but it's all good. That's how they are over there. Then you go to somewhere like Canarsie, things are a little bit more chill. It's out there in Brooklyn, and you go to the Queens Bridge. It's a good park. It's right by where Nas was at, Queensbridge Project.
Yeah.
And all that. So like, a whole lot of culture, man. A whole lot of culture. So that's what you represent.
Definitely, man.
Glad to have you here, man. This is dope, man.
I can't wait to.
I'm really excited about this.
I mean, it's you know, there's no geographical boundaries on that shit. Well, I don't know what happened in Lafayette, but since I was younger, bro, Lafayette has produced some of the absolute Acadians produced some of the absolute best skateboarders in the game. I come out of Louisiana, man. It's amazing, and I used to always wonder what do they have in Lafayette to skate. And honestly, it's not a whole lot. But boy, they kill it. They make the best. They make the most use of that shit. Like
they were building. I remember them building shit earlier, like years before, like the little Dust Bowl. That was dope. I remember I was coming out there from Baton Rouge to go fuck with them on that. Then they had the indoor skate park way back in the day. What was the name of that shit?
Nut Buddies.
Yeah. Was that one?
Bug Nutties.
I think it was. I can't remember.
Shit was sick.
It was a minute ago, but yeah, they've been on it for a long time. So shout out to the whole Lafayette skateboard scene, man. You're
And
big
they
deal
still
on that.
holding it down, man. You catch them skating every single day. Anytime I go downtown, there's somebody skating in Lafayette. Always.
Yeah.
Always. So yeah, we're gonna catch up with some more of this shit, man. Hashtag cultvults, proper English. Boy Parker.
Signing out. Peace.
What's up? Just authentic.
This is our culture, deaf to all vultures.